Welcome back to Whitetail Coffin Club. It's October 4th. It's about 10:15 at night. We just got to camp. Just got everything unpacked and hoping we'll get some action tomorrow morning. It's been warm here in Michigan all week, rainy, nasty. But today, big temperature drops last night into today. So hopefully tomorrow morning should be good. Deer should be on their feet, moving. The pressure's up, the temperature's down. So it's looking to be a pretty good sit. Sitting on a little area where it's kind of a little funnel between food source and the hardwoods. So we should see some deer. They may not be close, but they may be close too. You never know. Got APRs in effect here and the reporting restrictions. So 4 on one side or better, which is fine. And we'll just get out there and see what happens. So we'll check back in with you in the morning. Probably on the way out or maybe up in the tree at first light.
Alright, we just got out of our stand a little early. The farmer started running his tractor through his hay field and kind of kicked things up a little bit. But now I'm just going to do some scouting, going to walk around, try to find some sign, check out my other stands, make sure everything looks good. Then we'll get ready for the night hunt. So if we find anything cool, we'll let you know. Hey folks, checking back in here. After I shut the camera off last, I went into the thick area of the property and found some great areas. Kicked up 3 bucks. One was a giant. I actually got within about 15 feet of him before I jumped him. But now we're back at the camp shooting some arrows and two tips with 1 shot. So I shoot G5 Montex, and they do require a little bit of tuning. So you got to match up the broadhead with the arrow sometimes and figure out which combination works best. What I do is I'll mark it. You can kind of faintly see it. A number 1. So this is my number 1 arrow, and I put a little number 1 on the broadhead as well. So when I'm done with my practice points, it's easy to know which broadhead goes back on which arrow. And when I hunt, I also wear a mask. So when I practice with the mask on, because I shoot with the kisser button right on my nose. I don't use a peep sight. And if I just shoot without my face mask on, it's not the real thing. You know, the string comes across here, it doesn't feel the same, might not get the same results. So let's flip it around here, see if we can put one home. I got my face mask on, got my number 1 arrow. Practice how you hunt. If I can put it right there in the heart area. We'll see, about a 20-yard shot here. A little high, but I think they'll do just fine. Alright, we'll do one more for the kids. Alright, there we go. Right through the hole. See ya! Alright, that one looked pretty good as well. Oh yeah, right there. So I'll take that grouping all day. Alright, welcome back. We're out here on the night hunt now. I decided to go sit on the ground. Background where those buck beds were. Tons of scrapes. Rubs like I've never seen before back here, so hopefully we'll get something coming through. I'm going for a big buck, you know, so you gotta roll the dice, and sometimes you gotta sacrifice seeing, you know, does out in a feeding field, or does, you know, moving here and there, and you gotta focus on where the big bucks actually are, not where you think they are. You gotta hunt where they are, so I'll show you where we're hunting at. See, there's a little bit of a thick area. I'm right in the middle of these pine trees, and then there's just a ton of rubs. It runs down here to the south and then to the north of me. So here's my shot to the north, and then to the south of me. Right through here. So I'm set up on 2 runs, so hopefully something will come through. You know, like I said, there's just rubs everywhere back here. You know, that one's from last year, but all the main ones I found were about 15, 20 yards that way. That buck I kicked up about 50 yards that way, so we'll check back in with you later. Alright, so it's a little update from last night. I went back on the ground in that area, and it's pretty quiet until about prime time. Then all of a sudden, in the thicket I saw a couple does come out, but it was weird. They just like pegged me immediately. I thought I had good camouflage, but I guess I didn't. But they kind of milled around and got to about 20 yards, and then they blew and took off because you know, I think the wind kind of blew that way, and it wasn't the greatest wind ever, but I was gonna kind of roll the dice. And they came out on the trail that was on the downwind side of me, so came back out this morning, didn't see anything, but as I'm walking around checking out my stand, which is right there, it's the base of my stand. So the main trail that they're going to come down is right through that opening there. It's all pretty thick, all back in here. But there's just ton of doe bed. There's all doe bed right here. More doe bed up here. You know, I mean, they obviously use this area. This is a really good stand during the rut, because the bucks will cruise through this thick area along the edge of the swamp. You know, coming down these little chutes like this. You know, another little run over there, and they come up through here, and they go through this area. You know, my stand is in that oak tree, so it's a good spot. But I just feel like more often than not, I don't see anything. I don't know if that's me or what, but so we're just gonna walk back through here nice and slow, and then you can just tell by looking here. I mean, there's just beds everywhere back here. It's a pretty good sized bed here. So check back in with you. Next time I'll be out in the woods is probably just after Halloween. So maybe we'll get something on the ground then.